I am so excited. Welcome, friends, followers, and fellow book lovers. The three principles from this book I'm going to share tonight is one, this individual stepped up to help other fellow firefighters pass their qualifications for wildfire firefighting. And he started that for the first time at 47. Number two, he faced his own fears. And not just once, but many, many times. Number three, this author encourages others to run their race, to be themselves. And he has become an inspiration to millions of people. Millions of people. I gotta tell you what, guy's amazing. Now, because I did this on Audible, I have three sections with three parts that I want to share. First of all, this guy ran the Leadville 100, knowing that he'd failed the first time, that he had gone into that race and did not do very well at all the first time. I believe he officially didn't finish that race, but he went into it the second time and completed it. I mean, he just went in and killed it. And one of the things that he said is that when he started doing ultra races, this race that he had done, maybe like 80 people showed up. This time there was 800 people for a 100-mile distance race. I think he said it was over 13,000 feet in elevation. Just like crazy. I mean, that's a lot. Number two, he finished a 240-mile race, even though he disqualified. Now, he didn't officially finish the race, but what he did is he got up. He asked his lady how much time was left in the race, and she told him. And he just got up. He was sick in bed for like a whole day or something at their Airbnb, and then he got up and ran the last 40 miles of this race at like 3 o'clock in the morning. He got up and did it. And then he became the first person to finish what he called, and I haven't looked up the name, but what he called the AF 200. And some of you may know who this is already. But today's book is Never Finished by David Goggins. And if you have not read anything about him or seen any information about him, seen his social media, any of that stuff, he pursues these goals for himself. He recognizes that he's inspired others. He gets invited to speak at different leadership events and things. What he went out to do is to push his body to see what he could do. We have a guy who uses the phrase, it's the vis pacem parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. And David Goggins is an amazing human being. If you have not read this book, first of all, two things. His first book, Can't Hurt Me, is phenomenal. There's already a book review for it on YouTube, Rumble, and on the podcast. Second of all, just a disclaimer: if you don't like cussing, maybe this isn't a book for you. Otherwise, David's books are, and this one for me was even more inspiring. Okay. Even more an amazing story. And it's really a story of his life and a story of a couple races that he's run. Just understand. This guy's a pretty amazing guy. I know I'm completely biased, right? I mean, I'm completely biased because I first heard about David's story by I believe the guy that wrote the book. I trained with a Navy SEAL for 30 days. And I read an article. I read the article that he wrote about the book that he wrote. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, holy moly. And about that time, I found his book, Can't Hurt Me. And man, David Goggins has got to be a prime example of the indomitable human spirit. And, you may feel differently about that, and that's okay. I just would encourage you to get Can't Hurt Me, get Never Finished, take a look at it. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and share it. I'm launching a newsletter, and you can go to turningleafs.com and sign up there. There's a little pop-up. That's going to start November 1st. I'm going to put out the first newsletter then. So, my friends, followers, and fellow book lovers, hope you guys go out and make it a great day. Hope you guys go out and make it a great month. Iron Will, out.